We just uncovered a story so incredible that it's going to blow your mind. In modern American football, we have seen massive blunders that have cost teams games by having this intense spotlight on the individual. Think about the pressure the Baltimore Ravens rookie kicker had on January 4th, 2026, when the Ravens lost the Steelers, missing the playoff game. Or Caleb Johnson earlier in the 2025 season, who let a kick go skipping into the end zone where the Seattle Seahawks pounced on it and it changed the whole complexion of the game. Even that, how about Jackie Smith of the Dallas Cowboys back in Super Bowl 14, dropping a sure touchdown pass in the end zone, which may have cost his team a Super Bowl championship? These have been wretched blunders, as been described in many articles, but they are not just that. They may be life altering for the players, as we're going to talk about in this story of a 1905 individual that lost his team the game. It's all coming up right after this. We take you back to the early 20th century. The Michigan Wolverines under Fielding H. Yost. We've talked about him many times on our posts here and on Pigskin Dispatch. And Fielding H. Yost had his point a minute teams from 1901 to 1905. Well, the game that ended these point a minute teams, a 56 game unbeaten streak of the Wolverines, happened in late 1905 season when the Chicago Maroons entertained the Michigan Wolverines. This game was a slugfest. Amos Alonzo Stagg of the Chicago Maroons, the University of Chicago team, Fielding H. Yost, the Michigan Wolverines. These teams went back and forth, a defensive stronghold. The year before the forward pass was legal, these were just brutal attacks of running right up the A gap and the runs and the pounding, but nobody could get a touchdown or a field goal to take a lead in the score until late in the game when something dramatic happened. In the final 10 minutes of the game, Michigan's Denny Clark tried to return a punt from behind his own goal line. Well, he was immediately tackled when he tried to run it out, got tackled for that safety, and that was the whole difference in the game. Chicago wins the game 2-0. The unbeaten streak has ended, and the Michigan Wolverines point a minute teams of Fielding Yost are no more. That tragic end was so brutal, you would think somebody would forget about that. But Clark took it very difficult. And many years later, in almost 27 years to the day, he ended up taking his own life. And in a suicide note, he left. He even mentioned that perhaps this final play of his suicide, would overcome that last play of the 1905 season, but he let slip the victory through his fingers in Michigan's. So that really resonated with him, a football play. And we can't let that happen. One nice thing about when the recent game of the Ravens kicker missing the field goal, he was really down on himself, as anybody would be, especially a youngster just starting a new job, in his first year on a job. But he had teammates coming and comforting him, but he also had the opponents right after the game. There are scenes where Chris Boswell, the kicker of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who ended up missing an extra point right before Mr. Luke missed his field goal, came over to console him a little bit. And then veteran quarterback Aaron Rodgers of the Pittsburgh Steelers went over there, gave the kid a hug, had some words of encouragement to him as he sat by himself on the bench sulking. Luke lifted his head up just a little bit, and there he saw the 21-year veteran Aaron Rodgers. We need positive role models like that for a positive game. This is just a game. We know that people are making their livelihood from it. There's millions and billions of dollars being bet on this thing. But when it comes down to it, this is just a game. This isn't for entertainment. And when it comes to somebody like Denny Clark taking their life, a couple decades after a bad mishap, a bad mistake, it's a terrible thing. And when any of us do anything, the next mistake certainly will not be our first mistake at it. That's for sure. We learn on the job sometimes. And even jobs that you do for decades, you still make errors because we're all human. That's part of it, so we have to live with it. You just have to learn how can you limit and minimize your mistakes and learn from them. Some food for thought, some football history for you. Hope you enjoyed this, and hope next time you come back, you'll have some more great football history. Make sure you check out our Pigskin Dispatch website, where we have football history coming at you from all different directions, including our Football Fix, a daily quote and piece of history, and our daily timelines of football history every day of the year, which includes an image of the day. That's pigskindispatch.com. I'm Darren Hayes, your host. Until next time, everybody, have a great gridiron day. That's all the football history we have today, folks. Join us back tomorrow for more of your football history. We invite you to check out our website, pigskindispatch.com, not only to see the daily football history, but to experience positive football with our many articles on the good people of the game, as well as our own football comic strip, Cleat Marks Comics. Pigskindispatch.com is also on social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel to get all of your positive football news and history. Special thanks to the talents of Mike and Gene Monroe, as well as Jason Neff for letting us use their music during our podcast.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.